Thanks, Jeff. So let's do a quick role playing. So what we're doing here is Jeff and Ted have been working on a couple of different documents. Both of them are linked in the chat and also on the Slack channel. One is the Path A actually, I'll let you talk us through this, Jeff, and then we can do a quick role playing.
Yep. So the Path A, we're just trying to do some sort of wireframe of what can be followed out there, since there is no process. I don't know how certain HVAC contractors across the country do it, but our sales guys have no nothing that they follow, no process. It's kind of all whatever they want to do. So we wanted to try to create some sort of wireframe that kept them on the right path and keeping the process going. So
okay. So let's do a quick role playing. I'll play the role of a clueless homeowner, and then you can be the HVAC 2.0 contractor. So knock, knock. Hi, Jeff.
hi, Abhi. How are you?
Oh, doing okay.
Great. Hey, looks like we're here for our free quote on our system replacement. Is that correct?
That sounds about right.
Okay. All right. Great. Is it okay if I step in the door?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Right, perfect. Thank you.
Go on in.
No, thanks. All right. So you should have received an email, and it did have our HVAC 101 chapter in it. Did you by chance get to read that?
I think I skimmed through it. I definitely was good. I found it interesting, I think.
What'd you like about it?
Oh, well, I think it made HVAC a bit accessible for people like me who don't really know much about this world. I like the analogy about the car, AC. I never thought about it that way. And it just made it easier for me to think about HVAC in my home.
Okay. And what do you think about that?
I can't be sure, actually. I don't know that I have very strong thoughts either way. I just want a HVAC thing that works for me,
Okay. All right. So it looks like I got your questions here too that they asked you over the phone. And our first question here was about the summer months of anything being uncomfortable or sticky in the home. And it looks like you gave that a 2. Would you like to expand a little bit more on that?
Yeah, I've really not noticed any problems. It just, out of sight, out of mind. Doesn't seem like it affects anything. We seem fairly okay with it in the summers.
Okay, great. And then during the winter months, it looks like you gave that a 5. Could you expand on that a little bit with it being uncomfortable or dry in the winter months?
Yeah, sometimes in the winters, I think there's some kind of some rooms are cold, some rooms are warm. I don't know what's going on there, but I don't notice it as much in the summer, but in the winters, it's a little uneven, I feel like. And my
Okay.
wife keeps talking about it too, so.
All right. And then they did give you the information about the comfort consoles, right? They gave you that option as well?
Yeah. I did receive the option. I talked to my wife about it, but I'm not quite sure if we need it.
Okay. All right. So the next question here on our 4 questions that they had asked you is, are there any health concerns in the home?
I don't remember what I said on it.
We got a 1 on it, so I didn't think it was
not that much. Like, we're
okay.
pretty healthy. I work out all the time.
Okay. And then any moisture issues or anything in the house? That was your last one. It looks like you gave that a 3.
Yeah, it's not doesn't seem like that big a deal. Just sometimes like I turn on the ventilation thing before I go to take a shower. That seems to have helped.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Again, keep in mind, we can always talk about a comfort console if at any point during this that you decide to go that route. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought I had to make that choice early on.
No. If you opt to at any point during our conversation or my visit today, feel free to let me know. Now, it does take a little bit more time than our typical free quote. We may have to reschedule that. Okay.
Sounds good.
So how long do you plan on staying in the home?
This is, who knows what the future holds for us, but like we like this place. We'd like to stay here for a while.
Okay. And what is a while mean to you?
I'd say maybe another 10 years, 15 years.
Okay.
Something like that.
All right. Do you know what size equipment you have?
Oh, no, I don't. I've never been down there, I don't think.
Okay. It's okay if you don't. So most people don't. So that's okay.
Right on.
So were you thinking about keeping the same size or going down a size or two?
It doesn't matter to me that much what size it is. I just want to make sure that everything works as it has been.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get down to the equipment if you don't mind showing me the way.
Yes, sir. Can I ask you though, while we walk downstairs, like does it matter what size equipment that I have or?
Well, what we're here to do is here to do a like for like replacement. So we're going to look at what you have and give
Okay.
you options based off of those specifications of what you have.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it looks like our tech that was here as well also took some readings on your equipment, and there's one thing that we checked. It's called duct pressure, and it looks like
Yeah.
your duct pressure was about 2.5 times greater than it should be.
Oh, that sounds like trouble.
Well, it's like kind of like blood pressure. So, being that high, it could cause some potential issues, especially with a newer piece of equipment. And what I mean by that is that, the Department of Energy has actually mandated a change from PSC motors, or the type of motor that you have in your system, to what we call an EC motor. It's an electronically commuted motor. And what that does is it runs at a constant airflow or set airflow. Okay. If you have a system that's 2.5 times greater, okay, on your existing system with a PSE motor, it can be even greater or worse on a new system that we put into your home.
So what does that mean for me? Like, would it stop working, or will the house explode? Like,
well, what can happen is with the excessive duct pressure is it can use more energy. Okay. It can cause potential premature failure. It can cause noise issues within your house. And it could even void your warranty due to operating the equipment outside of the manufacturer's specifications.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what does this mean in terms of like what equipment that I want or that I need?
Well, what we're going to do again, like I mentioned earlier, is we're going to do a like for like. Okay. So we're going to go based off of the specifications that you have on your system right now. Okay. So what we always like to just make sure is that you're aware that if the equipment that you select, or we go with the like for like replacement, if it doesn't match your ductwork, then that responsibility for making any modifications or things like that to it would be yours. Are you okay with that or comfortable with that?
Oh man, that's so. I mean, you guys know this system. I'm just a clueless engineer. I don't really know much about this stuff. So one of the reasons we have you here is so you can tell me what I need to get on here. So I don't know, like this is very confusing for me.
So it sounds like you may want to go to that comfort console path so we can actually test your house and give you a little bit more detail about what your house needs. And maybe we don't have to do as many ductwork modifications, if any at all.
Okay, can I talk to my wife about that first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so in the event that we don't want to go to the comfort console, what are my options here? Where do we go next?
Well, what I can do again is give you a like for like proposal, okay, if that's something that you're interested in. And again, everything that we've discussed, we'll just notate and make sure that you're aware of what could happen.
Okay, can you give me a specification for like now, and then I can talk to my wife and see if we'd like to schedule a comfort console?
Yeah, absolutely, we can do that.
Okay, awesome. And then you guys are just giving me a quote today, right? I don't have to pay you for doing this?
Yep. Okay. Yep, just a like for like replacement quote. So let's go ahead and get all the information here off of your equipment, and then we can go sit down and go over those different pieces or different efficiencies of equipment.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, perfect.
All right, that was interesting. So I want to hear what everyone thought about this.
Well, it was good. It was pretty accurate up until the point that you said, "I'm just a clueless engineer," and I don't think I've ever heard an engineer say that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's right. Never.
Sorry.
Never.